Aloha, welcome in again. This is Dave Totera here. I got some more exciting BitClout news and updates to share with you. Super excited to get right into this here in just a second. If you're catching this for the first time, please hit that like button down below. That's going to do a big help for me getting this video out to more people. So I'll keep making these great videos so that I know that everybody likes them. If you like all the videos, there's also that beautiful subscribe button right down there too. You're welcome to smash that subscribe button. Where's it over here? Here, one of these corners. I can't remember where I end up. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's gonna help me out a ton too. It's gonna get a lot more views out there and help share this great content. All right. Then lastly, before we dive right in on this awesome one, today I'm gonna go over the BitClout Explorer. But I just want to make it clear, I am not a financial professional of any kind. I'm not a financial analyst. I am not a certified money person. I am just somebody who has found a niche, checking out some cool stuff online. I got tipped off to BitClout by a good friend of mine, Jason Moffett, and from there I've been diving on in. So I try to share what I find out that is useful and helpful. But please consult your financial professionals. All right. Pretty straightforward. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna talk about the BitClout Explorer. So, and this is this little guy over here. If you haven't seen it before, this, when you enter in the field here where it says block hash, transaction ID, public key, put a public key in there, and what will happen is this will pull up every single transaction related to that public key. You can imagine for some people it's a huge file. For others it's much smaller. It just depends how many transactions and how many things you have. But there's some really useful information you can learn from looking at the block about what someone is doing, about what they're buying, what they're selling. If you want to go back and look at your own history and see, what you bought or sold. And then it also can help tell if you have a fake profile that you're looking at, which is really useful. There's a kind of a niche trick to be able to make sure that with a pretty high degree of likelihood, you can weed out a bunch of scam profiles. So anyway, I'm going to dive right in, and I'm going to use my own public key just to make things nice and clean. So I'm coming over here, copy the public key off there, go over here, and we will throw it right into the Explorer. And it's going to take it a minute to pull it up, but you can see mine up here, so you can remember it ends in this ZAT. ZAT. So anytime you see a public key listed in a transaction that ends in ZAT, that's referring to me. Because it's going to look a little different depending on whether it's a transaction of me buying something or a transaction of somebody else doing something. Or, as you're going to see, even different things. Like, for example, this first one that comes up, you can see right here, it says transaction type is private message. So this is recording a private message that was sent. You can tell it was sent between this CFG person that ends here in CFG and me. I'm right down here as the ZAT. It doesn't give you all the information about what was actually in that particular exchange there, but it just gives you, a really quick, that tells you that these two people had a private message. Okay, so we're gonna move on down to the next one, and the next one is a like. As you can see right here from the transaction type, and I'm going to skip that because we get a little more information when we finally get, here's a submit post, and another like, and a follow. You can see we're checking out all these different transaction types. Submit post. Pretty soon we'll get to a coin one. Here's another like, follow. Boy, submit post. Man, a lot's happened since I last bought any coins, huh? Well, it's Sunday afternoon, so the market kind of tanked over the weekend. We all lost some money in crypto. Anybody who had money in crypto has seen their money go down. So I kind of have sat back and let a lot of things sit still. But I am shocked that I don't have a coin transaction. There we go. All right, here's our first creator coin transaction you're going to find on me. Okay, so here we go. Now we got a creator coin. This means that I either bought or I sold creator coins. When you see this transaction, that's what that's a reference to. So how do you know if it was me buying or selling? You're going to look and see the first two ones here. That is my coin. That is my name right there in the ZAT. And then you're going to see the third one is this right here, this key right here. So let's go pull up this person. And I'll show you kind of how you follow this, but I like BitClout Pulse. Best to put these in. They do a great job pulling up things by public key. And when I pull up this public key, you see it as this guy called Withdraw BitClout, right? Well, what happened was that I purchased some Withdraw BitClout. If you don't know, it's one of the new exchanges that's popped up. I like the way that they operate. I've done another video on them. I'm a big fan of them. And maybe I'll reference them again. But yeah, so they're really awesome. I'll put a link to that video. So that's the coin that I was buying. So you can see now this is me buying this coin. And how do you know it's a buy? Right there. And then the amount that was bought, the portion of a creator coin. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this ends up being a 9 point. Okay, let's see. If you were to imagine 9 numbers at the beginning, like 0.05 creator coins, and that tells you how much it is. 0.005 creator coins is what that ends up being. Nanos are a little confusing. Maybe I'll do another video to explain the difference between the nanos and the regular. But nanos are basically 10 to the negative 9th, negative 9 decimal places in the negative, or not in the negative, before the end of this. Boy, that's a confusing way of saying it. Sorry about that. Anyway, so that just is telling you how much I bought. So this says I bought this creator coin, and that's how much. Let's move down and see if we can see. Here's another one. This is where I sold this creator coin, and you can see it because there's a sell down here. It tells you how much of the creator coin I sold. And in fact, this was when I was going to pick up a little bit more of it, and so I sold a couple coins and picked up a little bit more of that Withdraw BitClout. But sometimes you'll even see ones where my creator coin, it hasn't been a real busy one, but if my creator coin was in this line and these two up here had someone else's key and this had mine ending in the ZAT, that would be either them buying or selling my coin, and this would tell you how much. So you can see through each transaction who's doing the buying or the selling, whose coin they're buying or selling, whether it's a buy or a sell, and how much. Okay? So that's the way you basically read it. You read it, this person is getting this person's coin, buying or selling it. Here's how much they're buying or selling, and here's whether they're buying or selling it. Okay? Now, one extra cool thing that this lets you do, and this I think is unbelievably helpful, is if you go down to the very, very first transaction, you can find out that the very, very first transaction, it was my coin, and or my account, and it was transferred in by this guy. So this guy transferred into my account a little bit of BitClout. Well, what does that mean? This particular key lines up very nicely for us. If you happen to look and see who that one ending in the 7S6, if you play with Block Explorer, you're gonna get really used to seeing it, because this guy, Merlin, I don't know if you remember Merlin. Merlin was probably your first investor. In fact, he should be the very first person on there who sent you a tiny bit of coin under one circumstance. You verified with your phone. So what does that mean? Well, a lot of the people that are making fake and scammy profiles, they can't sit there and keep remaking profiles over and over and over and over again and verifying them with a phone, because it doesn't verify with like voice over IP. You have to use a real actual cell phone. So if you see that 7S6 at the end, it means it was verified with a real phone. Now, don't get me wrong, I've gone in on other ones where I pulled it up in BitClout Pulse and I put the coin in, and it'll list 3 different profiles because the person's changed the name of it a few times and they're using it in a scammy way. And that can happen for sure, but they're not running a ton of different profiles. They're not one of these profile farms because they can't be. You can't do that if you are going to have, if you've been authenticating with a real cell phone. So anyway, that's the tip there. I hope this helps you guys to understand the Block Explorer a little bit better and be able to see what kind of transactions are going in and out. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments down at the bottom. As I said, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, help me out. Let's get this out to more people, and I'll keep making cool videos that hopefully can help you guys as you use BitClout. Aloha.